I ain't gonna lie, bro. I just got done listening to the Pink Tape from Lil Uzi Vert, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's definitely not his best. I'm not gonna lie. Like that album got about 26 songs. I only really fuck with maybe like 13 or maybe 14, bro. Like it just wasn't like. And I'm gonna say this too, and then we're gonna really get into it. Every song that he had on that album that's like punk rock heavy metal, I did not like none. None of that. The only song I gave a chance and I fuck with was Werewolf because, and keep in mind that song, I didn't even hear a word he said. Like I had to go on Genius because I didn't know he even say any words. The only stuff I heard in that song was the instrumental and then the guy in the doing the hook. That's the only thing I heard the whole time. And the guy doing the hook, I barely heard him either. I had to go on Genius. That's but I fuck with it. That's the only one I'll give a chance. That, yeah. Well, actually, yeah, just that's the only one I give a chance. And I feel like this was like his take on like Whole Lotta Red. And it's funny because like the Pink Tape, that's got a color in it. Whole Lotta Red, that's got a color in it. So I really feel like a theory. It actually might not be a theory. It actually might be true. I feel like this was like his take on Whole Lotta Red. And Whole Lotta Red is something like for Cardi, like something completely different. Comparing to Dialect, comparing to the Playboy Cardi mixtape in Abundance, like the old Playboy Cardi, is something completely different. Something completely different. Trying, experimenting, and it worked. It worked. If I compare Uzi's take and obviously Whole Lotta Red itself, no comparison. No comparison. Whole Lotta Red completely, take over that. Like so many different songs to this day, not playing. Goes to the Moon, Rockstar Made, songs like that I still play to this day. Like Whole Lotta Red, honestly at this point might be like, I ain't gonna say one, it's iconic. It really is iconic. It's iconic for the good or the bad. I can't tell you that. That's really up to you how you interpret it and everything. But Whole Lotta Red, at least in a lot of people's eyes, influenced a lot of shit and is considered to be iconic and iconic album. So, But to give y'all some of my favorite songs from the album, I gotta probably say, because a lot of them I've already heard before, like Zoom. I remember when that shit dropped like in 2020, 2019. I've heard that song a long time ago. I'm surprised it took them that long, but then again, it's Uzi, so are we really surprised? But I ain't gonna lie, I might gotta say, well, yeah, Zoom. Zoom, I already heard of Zoom. Suicide Doors, I've been heard of it. I be blasting that song in the fucking car. Bitch, I'm a crow. Flood the Face. Endless Fashion, that might be like his most popular song on the whole album. Debate me on that, I'm not gonna lie. And probably Crush 'Em. The only ones like I know, like I heard like prior, like legit. I already knew them. But some of the new songs that I listened to from the album that I really fuck with, again, I would say Werewolf. I really fuck with Werewolf. Rehab, I like the storytelling of that song. It's a really good song. It took me 2 tries, but I really fuck with that song. I'll say Amped. Amped is a very good song. Like one of the, if not the best, like newest songs on that album that for me that I listen to, it's definitely like top 3, just in period. So I'll say Amped. Then I'll probably say All Alone, Spin Again, Patience with Don Toliver. Damn, I cannot think of the other ones. They're good though. Like I said, I just can't remember them because there's so many different songs, bro. But I think, and this might be a hot take, I don't know how other people feel about it. Honestly, the worst song on the Pink Tape is The End. Like I said, every single time besides Werewolf, he tried that punk rock heavy metal stuff I did not like, and that was by far the worst of it. The worst. By far the worst of it. Oh my God, that was so bad. Like, that's equivalent to Eminem's, like, what you call it? What song was that? Good Guy, Bad Guy on Kamikaze. That is equivalent to that. That was awful. I don't know what that was, but put it down. Don't put it on Q93. Do not put it on the Billboard. I don't know if it hit it or not, but I hope it didn't touch it. I don't even want to listen to that again. No, never again. That was awful. But if I had to rank it between his albums, I gotta say it's probably the worst. And not in a bad way. I ain't gonna say that's a bad way, because I know worse is interpreted as, oh, like this is the worst of everything. Like this is a bad, it got like a bad connotation to it. But it's just not as good. It's not. Comparing to his older stuff, the Love Is Rage 2, which is personally my favorite. Love Is Rage 2, Uzi vs. the World 1. Love Is Rage 1, it's not even better than that. It's not better than Eternal Take. It's not The only chance it might have is Uzi vs. the World 2, but the amount of bangers on that one, Yes Sirski, or like Strawberry Peels, or Come This Way, Trap This Way, Myron, you can't even say that. You can't. So it's gotta be his worst. But again, not in the bad connotation, not in a bad way, but just like comparing, because he got so much different. He got so much heat. So much heat. And again, comparing it to his take to Whole Lot of Red, like completely blew it. That album came out, what, 4 or 5 years ago at this point? And that album is still mentioned and still highly praised. It wasn't a mention at first, but throughout time, niggas started niggas as iconic. And I ain't gonna lie, I am niggas.